do your best tonight. Be on your toes, men, there's an honored guest tonight. Is one of those men who are being plated by the smart set.
We'll see that he gets what he deserves.
Treat him as they do a king, in manner royal, like a subject to a king. You must be loyal, on this object you must have your heart set.
We'll do nothing to get on his nerves.
Again I mention, be on your toes, men. He craves attention, he's one of those men.
Yes, sir, we will give him just what he deserves.
Yes, Mrs. Rittenhouse?
I'd like to make a few changes in the assignment of the room.
Very good, madam.
Suppose you put Mr. Chandler in the blue suite, and Captain Spaulding as guest of honor will have the green duplex with the 2 bars.
2, madam?
Why, yes. I think the captain would like 2 bars, don't you?
Well, if he's just returned from Africa, he may need 2 bars.
Mr. Roscoe W. Chandler.
Mrs. Rittenhouse. Well,
Mr. Chandler. So nice to see you.
the famous Bogart, as I have promised.
Mr. Chandler, how can I ever express my gratitude?
Oh, 'tis nothing.
Nothing. You returned from Europe with a masterpiece valued at $100,000. And instead of displaying it yourself, you allow me to unveil it at my party in honor of Captain Spaulding. You call that nothing?
Mrs. Rittenhouse, will you please remove that to the place where it is to be exhibited?
Very good, sir. Come
And very careful, please. Mrs. Rittenhouse, you think that is something? It is nothing compared to what I would like to do for you. You are a very beautiful woman.
No, Mr. Chandler.
Well, maybe I'm wrong.
What?
Please do not go, Mrs. Rittenhouse. I love you.
I know, but
do not take away your hand. I tell you, I love you, but...
Careful.
Hello, Mother. Playing house?
Well, if you'll pardon me...
Have you seen Johnny Parker? I wish you'd get Johnny Parker out of your mind and show more respect to Mr. Chandler. The trouble with you is you don't take these social affairs seriously.
What would you suggest, Mom? Suicide?
I would suggest...
Mrs. Rittenhouse, Captain Spaulding has arrived.
I've seen him, Mr. President. Oh, I'm so glad. My friend, Captain Spaulding has arrived.
And as we are to meet him, the famous Captain Spaulding, the finest hot and scalding, the captain has arrived. Most heartily we greet him, with rain and fancy cheering, until he's all appearing, the captain has arrived. And that's the captain!
Mr. Horatio W. Jamison, Field Secretary to Captain Spaulding.
I represent the captain who insists on my informing you of these conditions under which he camps here. In one thing he is very strict. He wants his women young and fit, and as for men, he won't have any tramps here.
As for men, he won't have any tramps here. There must be no tramps.
The men must all be very old, the women warm, the champagne cold. It's under these conditions that he camps here.
I'm announcing Captain Jeffrey Spaulding.
He's announcing Captain Jeffrey Spaulding. Oh dear, he is coming. As he
Some Conchita, some Noy, some Lasha.
What, from Africa to here? $1.85? That's an outrage. I told her not to take me through Australia. You know it's all ripped up. You should have come right up to Lincoln Boulevard. Where do you come with that stuff? Turn around the rear end. I want to see your license plates. I don't think you guys are on the square. I'll attend to you later. Don't try to pull that...
Spaulding.
Why, you're one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen, and that's not saying much for you.
Captain Spaulding, Rittenhouse Manor is entirely at your disposal.
Well, I'm certainly grateful for this magnificent turnout. And, now I'd like to say a few words. Hello? I must be going. I cannot stay. I came to say I must be going. I'm glad I came, but just the same I must be going. La la.
For my sake you must stay. If you should go away, you spoil this party I am throwing.
I'll stay a week or two. I'll stay the summer through. But I am telling you, I must be going.
Before you go, you won't like us and never found. You'll need no going.
I'll do anything you say. In fact, I'll even stay. But I must be going.
There's something that I'd like to state, that he's too modest to relate. The captain is a moral man. Sometimes he finds it trying.
This fact I'll emphasize with stress. I never take a drink unless somebody's buying.
He's a very moral man.
If he hears anything obscene, he'll naturally repel it.
I hate a dirty joke, I do, unless it's told by someone who knows how to tell it.
Captain is a very moral man. The race of Captain Spaulding, the African explorer.
Did someone call me Schnorrer?
Hooray, hooray, hooray.
He went into the jungles, where all the monkeys throw nuts.
If I stay here, I'll go nuts.
Hooray, hooray, hooray. He put on his reliance, in courage and defiance, and risked his life for science.
Hey, hey!
You, the old white man who covered every acre.
Hooray, hooray, hooray.
Gratified at this magnificent display of effusion. And I want you to know my friends, I am highly gratified at this magnificent display of effusion. And I want you to know gratified at this magnificent display of effusion. And I want you to know, hooray for Captain Spaulding, the African English hero. Well, somebody's got to do it.
Captain Spaulding, it is indeed a great honor to welcome you to my poor home.
Oh, it isn't so bad.
And needless to say,
Wait a minute, I think you're right. It is pretty bad. As a matter of fact, it's one of the frowsiest looking joints I've ever seen.
Why, Captain?
Where did you get your wallpaper? You're letting this place run down, and what's the result? You're not getting the class of people that you used to. Why, you've got people here now that look like you. Now, I'll tell you what we do. We'd put up a sign outside, place on a new management. We'd set up a 70-person meal that'll knock their eyes out. After we knock their eyes out, we can charge them anything we want. Now, sign here and give me your check for $1,500. Now, I want to tell you, madam, that with this insurance policy you have provided for your little one and for your old age, which will be here in a couple of weeks now, if I'm any judge of horseflesh. And now, madam, I feel that the time has come, the walrus said,
Spaulding,
to speak of...
Captain Spaulding, you stand before me as one of the bravest men of all time.
All right, I'll do that.
In the vast forests of Africa, there has been no danger you have not dared.
You mind if I don't smoke?
Fearlessly you have blazed new trails, scornful of the lion's roar and the cannibal's tom-tom.
Says you.
Never once in all those weary months did your footsteps falter. Cowardice is unknown to you. Fear is not in you.
Pardon me, a caterpillar, Captain.
Oh, my Came over here. Oh, it must have been the caterpillar that frightened him. Oh, dear, this is unfortunate. Don't stand there. Get the whiskey. Get the whiskey.
The whiskey. Where is the whiskey?
It's in my little black bag in the right-hand corner.
Signor Emmanuel Ravelli.
How do you do?
How do you do?
Where's the dining room?
Right.
Say, I used to know a fellow looked exactly like you by the name of Emmanuel Ravelli. Are you his brother?
I am Emmanuel Ravelli.
You're Emmanuel Ravelli?
I am Emmanuel Ravelli.
Well, no wonder you look like him. But I still insist there is a resemblance.
He thinks I look alike.
Well, if you do, it's a tough break for both of you.
You are one of the musicians. But you were not due until tomorrow.
Couldn't come tomorrow. That's too quick.
Say, you're lucky they didn't come yesterday.
We were busy yesterday, but we charged just the same.
This is better than exploring. What do you fellas get an hour?
Oh, for playing, we get $10 an hour.
I see. What do you get for not playing?
$12 an hour.
Well, clip me off a piece of that.
Now, for rehearsing, we make special rate. That's $15 an hour.
That's for rehearsing?
That's for rehearsing.
And what do you get for not rehearsing?
You couldn't afford it. You see, if we don't rehearse, so we don't play. And if we don't play, that runs into money.
How much would you want to run into an open manhole?
Just the cover charge. Yeah, put it
Well,
up there.
drop in sometime.
Sewer.
Well, we cleaned that up pretty well.
Well, let's see how we stand.
Flat-footed.
Yesterday, we didn't come. You remember yesterday we didn't come?
I remember.
Yeah, that's $300.
Yesterday you didn't come, that's $300.
Yeah, that's $300.
Well, that's reasonable. I can see that all right.
Now, today we did come. That's,
That's $100 you owe us.
Hey, I bet I'm going to lose on the deal. Tomorrow we leave. That's worth about...
$1 million.
Yeah, that's all right for me, but I got a partner.
What?
Partner?
The professor.
The gate swung open and a Fig Newton entered.
How do you do? Goodness.
You haven't got chocolate, have you?
He's got everything.
Hives, take the professor's hat and coat.
And send for the fumigators.
Oh, my...
Bonjour, bonjour de la part.
Get out.
Say, don't you see there are ladies present? What do you think this is? Put that hat down, will you?
Hey, what do you do there? Get out of here.
Oh, don't put it on that.
A little more to the right. That's better. Now, see that the drape is well hung. The mistress will inspect it before the unveiling.
Hello, Hives.
Mrs. Whitehead, this is a surprise.
And how about me?
Miss Grace, you've grown so in the last year.
You haven't lost any weight yourself.
No, unfortunately not.
You know, Hives, it seems strange to find you working here instead of in our own home.
Well, after you left for Europe, Mrs. Rittenhouse was good enough to make me an offer.
Lovely. Oh, by the way, Hives, what's the secret about the painting?
No secret. It's Bogart's After the Hunt.
The original?
Most original. Be careful.
Where did she get hold of that, do you suppose? Is it very valuable? Is it? It must be worth a fortune. What's this? It looks as if we yield the social honors of the season to Mrs. Rittenhouse. Well, isn't there something we can do? We might shoot ourselves. I'd rather shoot Mrs. Rittenhouse. Say, I have an idea. I copied that painting at art school a year ago. Well, what of it? But I still don't get it. I'll go home and get the copy. We'll substitute it for the original. And when she unveils it, what'll she have? An imitation. And I must admit, a very poor one. Grace, you're wonderful. That's what I've been telling you. I won't be long. All right. See you later. Oh, Hives. Do you still feel there's a strong bond between us?
Why, most certainly, Mrs. Whitehead.
Strong enough for you to do me a big favor?
Why, anything at all.
Well, suppose I were to ask you to take away the Bogard.
What do you mean?
Oh, just temporarily, of course, and substitute something of my own.
Well, I should consider it rather an unusual request.
It is, Hives, but somehow I still think of you as one of the Whiteheads.
You may count on me. My soul is yours, even though my body may belong to Mrs. Rittenhouse.
Why, Hives. Oh, Mrs. Whitehead. Arabella. May I present Mr. Parker? Oh, of the Massachusetts Parkers?
Why, no.
Oh, then the Southern Parkers. Oh, no, the Central Parkers. You know, the benches and trees. I see. Meow. Oh, I don't like that woman.
Well, never mind. You come over here and sit down and tell me whom you do like.
Oh, so that's your game.
Now, listen. Do you really love me?
Why don't you marry me and find out?
Marry you? On what? Last year I sold 2 paintings, one at $100 and one at $50. Could we live on $150 a year?
Well, we wouldn't need any money. I've got a charge account in every shop on Fifth Avenue.
Well, if I had any brains, I'd give up painting and get a regular job. You know, I had a cousin who made $50,000 in Wall Street last year.
I don't want to marry a cousin. I'm a darn fool. I want to marry you. Say, why don't we get that old bluff Chandler to buy a portrait from you?
Chandler? What does he know about art?
Well, the less he knows, the easier it'll be for you to sell him.
They're right upstairs. You come up this way, around the other side.
Mrs. Rittenhouse.
You. Wow. Oh, Captain Spaulding,
Mrs.
how
Rittenhouse.
are you?
Tell me. Are you alone?
Captain, I don't understand.
What, you don't understand being alone? Don't give me that innocent stuff or you'll be alone.
Well,
A big cluck like you turning cute on me. Mrs. Rittenhouse.
yes.
Oh, pardon me. You've been affected like this yourself, haven't you, at times?
No, Captain.
Well, you will be. Mrs. Rittenhouse, ever since I've met you, I've swept you off my feet. Something has been throbbing within me. Oh, it's been beating like the incessant tom-tom in the primitive jungle. Something that I must ask you.
What is it, Captain?
Would you wash out a pair of socks for me?
Captain, I'm surprised.
Well, it may be a surprise to you, but it's been on my mind for weeks. It's just my way of telling you that I love you, that's all. I love you.
Captain,
I'm
Mrs.
awfully
Whitehead.
fond of you.
I
I've
beg
never...
your pardon.
There's never been...
I beg your pardon. Am I intruding?
Are you intruding? Just when I had her on the 5-yard line. I should say you are intruding. Pardon me. I was using the subjunctive instead of the past tense. Yes, we're away past tense. We're living in bungalows now. This is the mechanical age, of course.
Mrs. Whitehead, you haven't met Captain Spaulding, have you?
Why, no, I haven't. How are you?
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. And how are you?
And how are you? That leaves you one up. Did anyone ever tell you you had beautiful eyes?
No.
Well, you have. And so have you. He shot her a glance. Has a smile played around his lips. Yes, I don't think I've ever seen 4 more beautiful eyes in my life. Well, 3 anyway. You know, you 2 girls have everything. You're tall and short and slim and stout and blonde and brunette. And that's just the kind of a girl I crave. We 3 would make an ideal couple. Why, you've got beauty, charm, money. You have got money, haven't you? Because if you haven't, we can quit right now.
The captain is charming, isn't he?
I'm fascinated.
I'm fascinated, too. Right on the arm. Fascinated. Whim-wham. If I were Eugene O'Neill, I could tell you what I really think of you 2. You know, you're very fortunate the Theater Guild isn't putting this on. And so is the Guild. Pardon me while I have a strange interlude. Why, you couple of baboons? What makes you think I'd marry either one of you? Strange how the wind blows tonight. It has a thin, eerie voice that reminds me of poor old Marsden. How happy I could be with either of these 2 if both of them just went away. Well, what do you say, girls? What do you say? Will you marry me?
But, Captain, which one of us?
Both of you. Let's all get married. This is my party. 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 Here I am talking of parties. I came down here for a party. What happens? Nothing. Not even ice cream. The gods look down and laugh. This would be a better world for children if the parents had to eat the spinach. Well, what do you say, girls? What do you say? Are we all going to get married?
All of us?
All of us.
But that's bigamy.
Yes, and it's big of me, too. It's big of all of us. Let's be big for a change. I'm sick of these conventional marriages. One woman and one man was good enough for your grandmother, but who wants to marry your grandmother? Nobody. Not even your grandfather. Think of the honeymoon, strictly private. I wouldn't let another woman in on this. Well, maybe one or two, but no men. I may not go myself.
Are you suggesting companionate marriage?
Well, it's got its advantages. You could live with your folks, and I could live with your folks. And you? You could sell full of brushes. Living with your folks. Living with your folks, the beginning of the end. But I am dead yesterday, shutting out beautiful tomorrows. Hideous stumbling footsteps creaking along the misty corridors of time. And in those corridors I see figures. Strange figures. Weird figures. Steel 186, Anaconda 74, American Can 138. Well, let's see, where were we? Oh, yes, we were about to get married. Well, what do you think? Do you think we really ought to get married?
I think marriage is a very noble institution.
It's the foundation of the American home.
Yes, but the trouble is you can't enforce it. It was put over on the American people while our boys were over there. And while our girls were over here. You know that I've been waiting at the bottom of these stairs for years for just such a moment as this.
Why, Captain, where are you going?
I'm sorry, ladies. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid we're going to have to postpone the wedding for a few days. Maybe for a few years. Before I get married, I'm going to sow a couple of wild oats.
The Captain's so amusing.
Isn't he charming?
So that's the famous Bogart, eh? It's a great picture, isn't it?
Oh, you've seen it before.
Seen it? I spent 3 days in Paris copying it.
You did?
Well, me and a million other young artists.
Oh. I bet your copy was better than any of them.
Well, it wasn't bad at that. I'll show it to you sometime.
Listen,
What?
Mother's going to unveil it tonight.
Yeah?
Suppose when she unveils it, it's not the Bogart at all. Suppose it's yours.
You mean put my copy in place of the Bogart?
Exactly.
Why, Arabella, you're crazy. What good would that do?
What good? Listen, they'll unveil it. Chandler will tell everybody how fine it is. They'll all cheer their heads off. And then we'll tell them who really painted it. They'll say you're a great artist, you'll get 6 commissions for painting, and we can be married and divorced in no time.
Well, that sounds great. But what if they don't like my painting? What then?
Well, isn't the chance worth taking?
Ah, I see you're admiring my picture, eh?
Yes.
Your picture?
Yes, my picture.
Well, it don't look like you. Hey, wait. Someplace I met you before because your face is very familiar.
Well, after all, I'm one of the most well-known men in America. The newspapers will keep on running my photograph.
You're not Abe Kabibble.
Oh, nonsense, you.
All right, hey, wait. Hey, if you're not Abe Kabibble, who are you?
Now, please, Chandler is my name. Roscoe W. Chandler.
Yeah, but I don't care about the name. You see, someplace I met you before because your face is very familiar. Now, wait, let me see. Were you ever in Sing Sing?
Please.
No Sing. I got it. Joliet.
Oh, let me alone.
No, all right. Don't run away. Live it away.
Now, listen here. I have never been in these places. I spend most of my time in Europe.
Europe. I got it now. I know. You come from Czechoslovakia.
You are wrong, I tell you. I have never been there.
Hey, Python, come here. Hey.
I tell you that please get away from me.
Hey, you remember him? Who was he? He come from Czechoslovakia.
You are wrong, I tell you. I told you before. You are mistaken.
He come from Czechoslovakia, and I know who it is. That's A.B. the fish peddler from Czechoslovakia.
Ridiculous, I tell you. You are wrong.
Ridiculous. Wait. We prove it. He had a birthmark, remember?
Oh, please, what are you trying? Let me alone.
Look, on the arm, on the leg, on the foot, on here, on the mustache. Oh, there it is. There's the birthmark.
All right, now listen,
A.B. the fishman.
I confess, I was A.B. the peddler.
Well, how did you get to be Roscoe W. Chandler?
Say, how did you get to be an Italian?
Never mind. Whose confession is this?
Well, now, here, boys, for heaven's sake, don't say anything about this to anybody, and I think we can come to some agreement. Some arrangement which will be mutually satisfactory, yes?
Money,
now, here,
money.
Shall we say $500?
Hike of $500.
Well, that is all the cash I have with me.
$500. Well, all right, I tell you what we do. We'll take your IOU.
I have given you my best offer, and that is all you will get.
That's all you give,
yes?
Huh? A beat the fishman, A beat the fishman, A beat the fishman, A beat the fishman.
Now, please, quiet, quiet. Oh, please. Now, come here. Now, listen here. I have here a check for $5,000. Now, I give it to you, yes?
Hey, is it good?
Well, of course it is good. Who would give me a bad check?
I would. Hey, see if it's good.
All right, if you don't want the check, then that is all you will get.
That's all we get?
Yes.
He's A beat the fishman,
Please,
A beat the fishman, A beat the fishman, A beat the fishman.
Here, give me that handkerchief. My tie! There is my tie! Nothing but a pair of thieves, that's all.
I get it a tie. Well, what do you got? The birthmark. Come on.
Hey, where's your tie?
Well,
That's a fine way for a millionaire to be running around, open at the neck. Have you got garters?
Of course I have garters. Here. Oh, they've taken my garters, too.
A likely story. Turning collegiate on me, eh? Have you got socks?
Certainly. Here they are.
So you have got socks. They look pretty old to me, too. Whose are they? Well, old socks, let me introduce myself. My name is Spaulding, Captain Spaulding.
I am Roscoe W. Chandler.
Well, this is a treat. Your treat.
You have heard about me?
Yes, I've heard about you for a great many years, Mr. Chandler, and I'm getting pretty darn sick of it, too.
Quite naturally, I have also heard of the great Captain Spaulding.
Well, that's fine. I've heard of you and you've heard of me. Now, have you ever heard the one about the two Irishmen?
Oh, yes.
Well, now that I've got you in hysterics, let's get down to business. My name is Spaulding, Captain Spaulding.
I am Roscoe W. Chandler.
And I am Jeffrey T. Spaulding. I bet you don't know what the T stands for.
Thomas?
Edgar. You were close, though. You were close, though, and you still are, I'll bet. Now, this is what I want to talk to you about, Mr. Chandler. How would you like to finance a scientific expedition?
Well, that is a question.
Yes, that is a question. You certainly know a question when you see it. I congratulate you, Mr. Chandler. And that brings us right back to where we were. How would you like to finance a scientific expedition?
Well, is there any particular kind of an expedition you had in mind?
Well, I'll tell you, I'm getting along in years now, and there's one thing that I've always wanted to do before I quit.
What is that?
Retire. Now, would you be interested in a proposition of that kind? You know, I've always had an idea that my retirement would be the greatest contribution to science that the world has ever known. This is your chance, Mr. Chandler, when I think what you have done for this country. And by the way, what have you done for this country?
Oh, well, I've always tried to do what I could, especially in the world of art.
Art. Well, I don't know how we drifted around to that, but what is your opinion of art?
I am very glad you asked me.
I withdraw the question. This fellow takes things seriously. It isn't safe to ask him a simple question. Tell me, Mr. Chandler, where are you planning on putting your new opera house?
Oh, I thought I should like to put it somewhere near Central Park.
I see. Why don't you put it right in Central Park?
Could we do that?
Sure, do it at night when no one is looking. Why don't you put it in the reservoir and get the whole thing over with? Of course, that might interfere with the water supply. But after all, we must remember that art is art. Still, on the other hand, water is water, isn't it? And east is east and west is west. And if you take cranberries and stew them like applesauce, it tastes much more like prunes than rhubarb does. Now you tell me what you know.
Well, I would be very glad to give you my opinion.
Well, that's dandy. I'll ask you for them someday. Remind me, will you? I'll tell you what. Could you come to my office at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning? If I'm not there, ask for Mr. Jamison. That's my secretary. And if he sees you, I'll discharge him. That's a date now, Saturday at 3. No, you better make it Tuesday. I'm going to Europe Monday. Pardon me. My name is Spaulding. I've always wanted to meet you, Mr. Chandler. Tell me, what do you think of the traffic problem? What do you think of the marriage problem? What do you think of at night when you go to bed, you beast?
Well, I'll tell you, my dear...
I'd rather not discuss it any further. Remember, there are children present.
Well, you see, my dear Captain, in the last analysis, it is a question of money. The nickel today is not what it used to be 10 years ago.
Well, I'll go further than that. I'll get off at the depot. The nickel today is not what it was 15 years ago. Do you know what this country needs today?
What?
A 7-cent nickel. Yes, sirree. We've been using the 5-cent nickel in this country since 1492. Now, that's pretty near 100 years, daylight saving. Now, why not give the 7-cent nickel a chance? If that works out, next year we could have an 8-cent nickel. Think what that would mean. You could go to a newsstand, buy a 3-cent newspaper, and get the same nickel back again. One nickel carefully used would last a family a lifetime.
Captain Spaulding, I think that is a wonderful idea.
You do, huh?
Yes.
No, then there can't be much to it. Forget about it.
Well, tell me, Captain Chandler. Excuse me, Spaulding is the name.
Spaulding,
yes,
that's right.
Yes.
I'm Spaulding and you're Chandler.
Yes.
Let's have no more of that either, huh?
Oh.
Bad enough being Spaulding.
Well, tell me, Captain Spaulding. Spaulding is the name, yes?
That's right, that's
Spaulding.
right.
Yes.
I'm Chan.
No, no.
I'm Spaulding.
Spaulding?
Can I look at a program a minute? I might be the News Weekly for all he knows, or coming next week.
Well, tell me, Captain Spaulding, you've been quite a traveler. What do you think about South America? I'm going there soon, you know.
Is that so? Where are you going?
Uruguay.
Well, you go Uruguay and I'll go mine. Say, how long has this been going on? Let's change the subject.
Yeah.
Take the foreign situation. Take Abyssinia. I'll tell you, you take Abyssinia, and I'll take a hot butterscotch sundae on rye bread. Let's go and see what the boys in the back room will have.
But my dear Captain...
Let's see how yours compares with the original.
All right, let's.
Oh, I don't see any difference.
Well, look closer. Maybe you'll find it's better.
Oh, you don't.
You see my partner?
No. Oh, you.
Bellissima ragazza, vita la faccia di una Madonna.
Oh, Mr. Raviola.
Ravelli.
Oh, Mr. Ravelli. I want you to do something for me.
I do anything for you. What do you want I should do?
Do you see that painting?
You mean this picture?
I want you to take that out of the frame and put this one in its place.
You want I should take this one down, put this one upstairs, eh?
Yes, that's it.
You want I should steal?
Oh, no. It's not stealing.
Well, then I couldn't do it. No.
Oh, Mr.
Oh, no.
Ravelli,
Hey, get up. Come here. That's all you do, eh? Chase the wind. Look. Oh, stop. Everybody here plays cards, they don't ask us. Here we are to waste all the time. We've been here all day, eh? How much do we make? We make nothing. The first thing you know, we're going to live on a charity. Then we go to the old lady's home. How do you like that? No, that's no good. These people here all got the money. Now, we got to get us someone to play with us, see? I play anything. Poker,
Oh, Signore
pinochle,
Zeppo. I want to speak to you about the music.
Yeah, how do you do?
What's
Here's the
where's
music.
the matter with you? I thought it would be nice if... Go away from me. What is this?
That's all right, just...
Oh, my dear, I don't know what
Hello,
I'm doing.
Professor. Good heavens, what's the matter with his feet? Have you...
I don't...
play all kinds of games. We play blackjack, soccer.
Oh, my
That's
dear,
all
I'm
That's
so
all for you.
sorry. I wouldn't have had that happen for the wind out.
Oh,
yes.
That's no good way this way.
Mrs. Whitehead, I should
Please
have
go and apologize.
What's the matter with your
No.
leg? Oh, good heavens, this is all. I wouldn't have had this happen for the world. I don't know what I'm like.
One,
Now, go this way to me. Oh,
1, 2, 3. Attaboy, get away.
good heavens. Oh, dear. Oh, I must get him out. I must get him out of here. I'm so frightened. Oh, look, see how terribly he looks. Look, vicious looking. I'm so frightened. Well, what can I do? I don't know. I'd better get Hives. Let me get... No, let me get him. Well, you go. I'm just trying to watch my chance. Oh, I'll get him out. Oh.
Oh, this is terrible. This is disgraceful.
Yeah, she can't take it there.
It's disgraceful.
Oh,
Where is
look
the
at
time?
this.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, this is dreadful.
Well, why don't you leave him alone? Boss. Now, that this game is over, how about playing some bridge? You play bridge?
I play bridge a little.
What do you play for?
Oh, we just play for small stakes.
And French fried potatoes?
Set it up right over there, Hives.
Very good, madam.
Are you... Now, what in the world is he up to? Look at this. The whole house will be torn to pieces.
Absolutely. There isn't one thing.
Oh, Hives.
I just know.
Oh, my goodness. Dear, take it away, Hives. Stay over here.
Now, how do you want to play, honest?
Well, I hope so. You put that right away. It's your own fault. Come along now. We've cut for partners.
Oh, he's my partner. That's the only way we play.
I'm sorry, but it's against the rules of the game. We have to cut for partners.
All right, we cut for partners. I got ace of spades. He's got ace of spades. That's what you call coincidences.
2 aces of spades.
Yeah, he's got thousands of them.
Well, I suppose that gives him the choice of seats.
You have the choice of seats.
Good heavens,
all
not
right,
on her
come
lap.
on, sit down.
What's the matter with him? I don't know.
He thought it was contact bridge.
Just a minute now. Shuffle the cards.
Yeah, you gotta scramble them up a little bit, you know.
Just a moment. I'd like to cut those cards.
Hey, that's a letter. Your bid, partner. You pass? Miss Deal.
You pass? I bid 1 spade.
I pass.
3 spades.
4 spades.
1 club.
I don't understand this kind of bidding.
Well, you don't have to understand. You bid 4 spades, eh?
Why, I haven't a spade in my hand.
All right, we double.
There's something wrong here. I want you to go over the bidding.
Oh, hey, she wants to start him up again, the bidding. He bids 1.
1? 1 what?
That's all right, you'll find out.
But we have to know what he's bidding.
We tell you later. Now, I bid 2.
2 what?
2 the same he bids. Now the bidding's over. See, that's enough bidding. It's your lead. Oh, no, you can't lead that.
Why not?
Why, we can't take it.
Well, what should I lead?
Let me show you. Ace of spades. That's a very good one. 3 of spades. 4 of spades. You trumpet? That's what you call a finesse.
Oh, yes.
No spades, partner. No spades. Ace of hearts. And ace of clubs. Dummy leads. The dummy leads.
I'm not the dummy.
Well, you could be. Ace of diamonds. 100 aces, huh? 200? That's better. Ace of hearts. Atta boy. Make a big slam. Make a big, big slam. Ace of spades. Ace of spades. That's a good one. He plays a good game. Ace of spades. Plays a fine game, all right. Ace of spades.
I refuse to play any longer. You're nothing but a couple of card sharps.
What's a card sharp?
Heavens, what's the matter, dear? My shoes are gone. Good gracious, he has your slippers. Come along. Come along.
Hey, you're taking the lady's shoes, eh? All right, I make a mistake. Get up. Come on. Hurry up. Come on. Hey, hurry up. Come here. You know what we gotta do, eh? We gotta take that picture out and put this one upstairs for the lady. Wait, no touch. You got everything ready, huh? The shovel, the axe, the dynamite, the pineapples. Where's the flesh? Room for the fudge, it's no flesh. A flesh. There's a flesh. Flesh. That's a flesh. Flesh. Yeah, that's flesh. That's a fish. And no one the fish. No fish. Flesh. Oh, stop it. This you act crazy. When you go out in the nighttime, you gotta have it the flesh. It's not flesh, that's a flesh. Flesh. When you want to see somebody, you gotta have it the flesh. That's a flush. What I gonna do with the flush? A flesh. No, flits. That's a flits. What I gonna do? Hey, flits. What do you got, huh? Yeah, Rule, that's a, what do you call it, flutes. All you got is a fish and the flutes and the flits and the flutes and the flits and the flutes and the flits and the flutes and the flutes. Stop this. Where's the flesh? Huh? Look, when everything is a light and you want to make them a dark, what do? Hey, you're crazy. I know no blackjack. It's my mistake, I guess. When everything is a dark and you want to make them a light. Yeah, that's the flesh. That's the flesh. That's the flesh. Hey, that's so good, all right? The storm put the lights out. Now nobody can see what we do. That's a fine, eh? Where's the flesh? Where's the flesh? I don't want the fish, flesh. No flutes, no flutes. What's the matter for you, eh? Flesh. Before the people come and get the flesh. What's the matter, you lose it? Well, you gotta find it. Look for it. All right, never mind. Come on, we'll wait without it. Hurry up.
Yes, madam. I see it.
Hi! Somebody's coming! Hi! Quiet! Shut up! Be quiet! I know where you are. It's all right.
Oh, Captain Spaulding. Captain Spaulding, where are you?
Yeah.
Oh, Captain.
Yes. What's the trouble?
The storm has put the lights out, and you can't see your hand before your face.
Well, you wouldn't get much enjoyment out of that. Well, I don't know what you're going to do, but I'm going to take a nap. Leave me a call for 3 o'clock. Make it 3:30. You said you get service around here. Pardon me, Mr. Rittenhouse. Did you lose a fish?
What?
Well, somebody lost it. Will you take it out in the kitchen and have it fried for me?
Did you hear that? There's somebody over there. I say there's somebody over there.
Don't be silly. The house is just settling, that's all. Anybody over there?
I don't see anybody.
There you are. If there was anybody over there, we'd see him, wouldn't I?
Oh, what is it, Captain? What is it?
You know what I think? I think you got roaches. Yes, you've got roaches, all right. And the biggest one has got asthma.
Oh, this is terrible. Come, Captain, let us get out of
This
here.
can't be the library. This must be the operating room.
Hey, we get the picture, we don't make one sound. Come on. Hey, somebody put it on the lights. All right, then we get the picture, though. We may not make one sound. Come on, let's go. Get out of here. Yes. What do you want, Dick? The fish. Come on. Oh, that's some storm, eh? That's a regular tornado. Come on, let's go this way. I think it's a shortcut. Come on, let's go. California.
And now, my friends, before we start the musical program, Captain Spaulding has kindly consented to tell us about his trip to Africa. Captain Spaulding.
Me? Friends, I'm going to tell you of that great, mysterious, wonderful continent known as Africa. Africa is God's country, and he can have it. Well, sir, we left New York drunk and early on the morning of February 2nd. After 15 days on the water and 6 on the boat, we finally arrived on the shores of Africa. We at once proceeded 300 miles into the heart of the jungle, where I shot a polar bear. This bear was 6'7" in his stocking feet and has shoes on.
Pardon me, just a moment, Captain, just a moment. I always thought that polar bears lived in the frozen north.
Oh, you did? Well, this bear was anemic, and he couldn't stand the cold climate. He was a rich bear, and he could afford to go away in the winter. You take care of your animals, and I'll take care of mine. Frozen north, my eye. From the day of our arrival, we led an active life. The first morning saw us up at 6, breakfasted, and back in bed at 7. This was our routine for the first 3 months. We finally got so we were back in bed at 6:30. One morning, I was sitting in front of the cabin smoking some meat when...
Smoking some meat?
Yes, there wasn't a cigar store in the neighborhood. As I say, I was sitting in front of the cabin when I bagged 6 tigers.
Oh,
Six
Captain.
of the biggest
Captain, did you catch 6 tigers?
I bagged them. I bagged them to go away, but they hung around all afternoon. They were the most persistent tigers I've ever seen. The principal animals inhabiting the African jungle are moose, elks, and Nitsipithias. Of course, you all know what a moose is. That's big game. The first day, I shot 2 bucks. That was the biggest game we had. As I say, you all know what a moose is. A moose runs around on the floor and eats cheese and is chased by the cats. The elks, on the other hand, live up in the hills. And in the spring, they come down for their annual convention. It is very interesting to watch them come to the water hole. And you should see them run when they find it is only a water hole. What they're looking for is an alcohol. One morning, I shot an elephant in my pajamas. How he got in my pajamas, I don't know. Then we try to remove the tusks. The tusks. That's not so easy to say, tusks. You try that sometime, tusks.
Oh, simple. Tusks.
Pardon me, my name is Spaulding. I've always wanted to meet you, Mr. Chandler. As I say, we try to remove the tusks, but they were embedded in so firmly that we couldn't budge them. Of course, in Alabama, the Tuscaloosa. But that's entirely irrelevant to what I was talking about. We took some pictures of the native girls, but they weren't developed. But we're going back again in a couple of weeks.
A very enlightening speech, Captain. Very
Hooray
enlightening.
for Captain Spaulding! 3 cheers for Captain Spaulding! 3 cheers for Captain Spaulding!
Oh, really,
3 cheers!
No one asked for the chairs. Put them right where you found them. Now go down.
Go on with your chairs. Get up! Go on, you.
And now, friends, Signore Belli will oblige us at the piano. Signore Belli.
Signor Ravelli's first selection will be Somewhere My Love Lies Sleeping with a male chorus. Say, if you get near a song, play it.
I can't think of the finish.
That's strange, and I can't think of anything else.
You know what I think? I think I went past it.
Well, if you come around again, jump off.
I once kept this up for 3 days.
You wouldn't consider a hush money, would you?
I can't get him now. I gotta wait for inspiration.
It's about time. Play the song about Montreal.
Montreal?
I'm a dreamer, Montreal.
I don't know that. I tell you what I do. I play you one of my own compositions by Victor Heerman.
Make it short. swell. The old red team scored that time. So did the old blue one.
What are your folks, eh? What are your folks?
Let them alone. They may exterminate each other.
Excellent. Come on.
It's the best thing
Come on,
that
you
happened
wanna
for
fight?
either of them.
A piazza, ma ascolta da...
Now, once for old Purdue.
I was afraid of that.
Hey, I thought I had to finish.
I wish you did. Yours. Play the song about the Irish chiropodist.
Irish chiropodist.
My fate is in your hands. Everything else here. And, now, Mrs. Rittenrotten.
Mrs. Rittenhouse.
Yes, slight error. I have a little surprise for you. The man is here for the piano.
Oh, Captain.
No, really, what I meant to say was that when I departed from the natives in Africa, I was presented with a little gift. And this gift I'm going to give to you at a very low figure.
Oh, how wonderful, Captain.
Well, now, don't be too hasty. Wait to see. This is all hand-painted. The whole thing was done with the white of an egg.
Well, what is it, Captain? What is it?
What is it, you ask? This is a hope chest for a guinea pig.
Oh.
What is it? This magnificent chest, this magnificent chest, I now take great pleasure in presenting to you with my compliments.
Captain, this leaves me speechless.
Well, see that you remain that way.
And now, ladies and gentlemen...
Come outside and say that.
If we will all adjourn to the library, Mrs. Rittenhouse has another and perhaps a greater surprise for us. This way, Captain.
Mr. Rittenhouse, how do you pay Hives? By the week or by the pound? Or by the five?
And now it is my privilege to reveal the masterpiece of Francois Jacques Dubois Gilbert Bogart.
No trains will be sold after the magazines leave the depot.
After the hunt.
There. I told you you were a great artist. Shall we spill the beans now?
Let's wait a minute. Something might happen.
Now, I'm sure we'd all appreciate a few words from Mr. Chandler, who will tell us something of the life and work of the artist Bogart.
And keep it clean.
Mr. Chandler.
My friends, I am quite sure that you're all familiar with Bogart. And this is perhaps his masterpiece. In it, he has achieved a greatness in the handling of color and line. Now, you will see here that, Wait! This is not my picture. This is a rank imitation.
What do you mean, Mr. Chandler?
Well, here, see for yourself.
You are right. It is not the Bogart.
It certainly isn't. There's a dog missing.
Oh, Captain Spaulding, what shall I do?
Telephone the dog catchers immediately.
They have taken the original and left me this.
Leave it to me. I'll throw some light on this subject.
Oh, Hives, where are you? Turn down the light.
Mrs. Rittenhouse, did you lose that fish again?
Oh, Captain, I'm so worried.
Good heavens, that one is gone too.
Oh, this is awful.
The crooks, they're escaping. Follow me, men. Never mind the men, just the women.
Oh, Captain,
Come on, right this way. You went out here, so...
Somebody...
Oh, excitement. I never saw anything so funny in all my life. It was great. And there goes our old party. good old Hives. Wasn't it funny?
Oh, very.
Why, you're not afraid, are you, Hives?
Oh, no, I'm not afraid. Oh, dear, no. Only, you see, well, they were talking of having the police here. And I wouldn't want the police to suspect me.
Why, they wouldn't suspect you.
Oh, yes, they would. You see, the last time they suspected me, I got 4 years.
Hi. All right, Hives. Give me the painting and I'll take care of it.
Good.
This will happen.
Good heavens! It's gone!
Gone?
I left it in there.
Then there must be thieves at this party.
If I'd known that, I never would have come. Wait a minute. That professor.
The professor? I see.
Hives, that's the fellow in the woodpile. Now listen, we've got to get that picture away from him.
Might I suggest some of this?
What?
Oh, very satisfactory in these cases. A few drops on a handkerchief, and the professor will no longer obstruct us.
You're sure it'll do the trick?
Oh, absolutely. Would you care to try some?
Oh, no, thanks, Hives. Let's find the professor.
I don't see how the thief could have gotten away. I wonder who it could have been.
It's a good thing we substituted yours. Supposing the thieves had gotten away with the Bogart.
Oh, it'd be all right if they stole mine.
Oh, darling, I didn't mean that. But what would Mother do? Why, it's worth $100,000. How could she have replaced it?
Oh, I understand.
But isn't it exciting? Just think, whoever took it was right in the room with us. Just like Raffles. Oh, isn't it romantic? All the boys I've known used to say I was made of stone. I would always leave them alone in despair. I've been on the pan. I've been called an electric fan. Told I'm even much colder than frigid air. I began to wonder if I was all wrong. I thought so till you came along. Tell me, dear, why am I so romantic? When you're near, why am I so romantic? What a grand feeling when your lips meet mine. That's certain something comes stealing up and down my spine. I don't know what it is you do to me. You don't know half of the good you do me. All the boys for me, they just leave me blue. Oh, why am I so romantic with you?
Tell me, dear, why am I so romantic? When you're near, why am I so romantic? What a grand feeling when your lips touch mine. That's certain something comes stealing up and down my spine.
When we pet, close in your arms you hold me. I forget all that my mother told me.
Other girls for me, they just leave me blue. But why am I so romantic with you?
I've been looking for you all morning.
I was busy all morning.
Senor Ravelli, you've got to put that painting back.
Painting? Painting? What painting? What are you talking?
The one you changed last night, you remember?
Oh, you mean of the pigs?
Yes.
Hey, what's the matter for you? First you want them downstairs, then you want them upstairs, then you want them downstairs, then you... Come on, make up your mind.
Oh, I do thank you for what you've done, but you've got to get that painting back before the police get here.
Police?
Yes.
Hey, come here.
Yes.
Wait, I give it to you. You put it back. Come on, come on. Where's the pigs?
What do you mean, where's the picture?
I put them in here. It's gone. Somebody take them. You take them.
Me?
No, I know. The fish peddler. A.B. the fish peddler.
Did Mother invite a fish peddler here?
I don't know whether she invited, but he's here. Come on, or we find him.
Good morning, Mrs. Rittenhouse.
Good morning, Mr. Jamison. And how is Captain Spaulding this morning?
Oh, he had a very bad night. He didn't sleep a wink. He went out horseback riding in the middle of the night.
I'm sorry.
Yes, I know.
But we've all been
Bad
pretty
shape.
upset. Good morning, Captain. Did you enjoy your ride? What in the world are you looking for?
I lost my horse.
Oh.
Yes, he slipped right out from between me. I can't understand it. I had my feet in the syrups, too. I don't know how he got it. I didn't care about that, but I lost the bit you loaned me.
Never mind. I'll get you another bit.
Well, that'll be 2 bits I owe you then.
Captain, I hope you weren't distressed by last night's unfortunate occurrence.
You mean that dinner you saved?
No, the painting that was stolen.
Was there a painting stolen? I haven't seen a paper in 3 weeks. Jamison, as my secretary, why didn't you inform me there was a painting stolen? What do you think I engaged you for?
Well, Captain, I didn't know it.
Well, you should have asked me. I didn't know it.
Well, I'm sorry.
You're sorry. You're a contemptible cur. I repeat, sir, you're a contemptible cur. Oh, if I were a man, you'd resent that. Please keep quiet, will you? I can get along without you, you know. I got along without your father, didn't I? Yes, and your grandfather. Yes, and your uncle. Yes, and your uncle. Yes, and my uncle.
Captain!
I didn't come here to be exonerated.
I beg pardon, Mrs. Rittenhouse.
Oh, you do, eh? Well, I'd like to see you crawl out of a rumble seat.
The
police are here, madam.
Oh, the police. Have them come in.
Oh, so that's your game, is it? Well, you can't shut me up.
Captain.
No, you can talk to my attorneys. Jamison?
Yes, sir.
Take a letter to my lawyers. I'll show you a thing or two. Or three. Show you a thing or three.
Oh, Captain.
Sending for the police. Take a letter to my lawyers. Sending for the police, eh? I say take a letter to my lawyers.
Well, I am taking it.
Well, read me what you have so far. Honorable Charles H. Hungadunga. Care of Hungadunga, 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 and McCormick. Semicolon.
How do you spell semicolon?
All right, make it a comma. Honorable Charles H. Hungadunga, care of Hungadunga, Hungadunga, McCormick. Gentlemen, question mark.
Do you want that in the letter?
No, put that in an envelope. Now then. In re yours of the 5th inst, yours to hand and beg to rep, brackets, that we have gone over the ground carefully and we seem to believe, i.e., to wit, e.g., in lieu, that despite all our precautionary measures which have been involved, we seem to believe that it is hardly necessary for us to proceed unless we receive an ipso facto that is not negligible at this moment, quotes, unquotes, and quotes. Hoping this finds you, I beg to remain...
Hoping this finds him where?
Well, let him worry about that. Don't be so inquisitive, Jamison. Sneak. I say, hoping this finds you, I beg to remain, as of June 9th, cordially yours regards. That's all, Jamison. I'll show you where I get off, sending for the police. Now, read me the letter, Jamison.
Honorable Charles H. Hungadunga.
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 That's it, Hungadunga.
In care of Hungadunga, 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 and McCormick.
You've left out a Hungadunga. You left out the main one, too. Thought you could slip one over on me, didn't you, eh? All right, leave it out and put in a windshield wiper instead. I tell you what you do, Jamison. I tell you what. Make it 3 windshield wipers and 1 Hungadunga. They won't all be there when the letter arrives anyhow.
Hungadunga, 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 and McCormick.
And McCormick.
Gentlemen, question mark.
Gentlemen, question mark. Put it on the penultimate, not on the diphthonic. You want to brush up on your Greek, Jamison? Well, get a Greek and brush up on him.
In re yours of the 5th inst.
I see.
Now, you said a lot of things here that I didn't think were important, so I just omitted them.
Where? Oh, Captain! Good gracious! Oh, my.
So, you've just omitted them, eh? You've just omitted the body of the letter, that's all. You've just left out the body of the letter, that's all. Yours not the reason why, Jamison. You've left out the body of the letter. All right, send it that way and tell them the body will follow.
Do you want the body in brackets?
No, it'll never get there in brackets. Put it in a box. Put it in a box and mark it Fragilli.
Mark it what?
Mark it Fragilli. F-R-A-G. Look it up, Jamison. It's in the dictionary. Look under fragile. Look under the table if you don't find it there.
Quotes on quotes and quotes.
That's 3 quotes?
Yes, sir.
Add another quote and make it a gallon. How much is it a gallon, Jamison?
Regard.
Regard. That's a fine letter, Jamison. That's an epic. That's dandy. Now, I want you to make 2 carbon copies of that letter and throw the original away. And when you get through with that, throw the carbon copies away. Just send a stamp, airmail, that's all. You may go, Jamison. I may go, too.
Mrs. Rittenhouse?
Yes?
I'm Inspector Hennessy from headquarters.
How do you do, Inspector?
Let me introduce myself. I'm Captain Scotland of Spaulding Yard. No, I'm Captain Spaulding of Scotland Yard. Please don't make the same mistake again.
I'm glad to know you, Captain.
Well, I should think you would be. Now then, Inspector, I think between the 2 of us we can solve the mystery of the stolen painting, especially if you go home.
Inspector, please don't be too hasty about making an arrest. I don't want my guests embarrassed.
Don't worry. We won't arrest anybody.
He's lucky if he can stay out of jail himself.
Mr. Jamison, would you mind taking the inspector and his men to the library and showing them the scene of the crime?
Certainly, Mrs. Rittenhouse. Right this way, Inspector.
Come on, boys.
And Jamison, count the spoons.
Captain, I didn't know you'd been a detective, too.
There's a whole lot of things you don't know.
I suppose that's so.
You know darn well it's so. Where were you in the night of June 5th, 1774?
I'm afraid I don't know.
You bet you don't know. Where was I?
I don't know.
Well, I don't know either. And if I did know, I wouldn't tell you. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. Take a number from 1 to 10.
All right.
All right. What's the number?
7.
That's right. 7 is right. I could have done it with one hand if I wanted. This is no mystery. I could solve this in 5 minutes if I wanted to worry.
Captain, I don't want you to worry. I don't want anything to interfere with your weekend.
Nothing ever interferes with my weekend, and I'll thank you not to get personal, Miss Rittenhouse.
Oh, Captain.
Where's my secretary?
Captain, I
Jamison.
assure you I didn't mean to offend you.
Where's my
Oh,
secretary?
please, Captain, you misunderstood me.
A more dastardly crack I've never heard.
Oh, Captain, please.
I wish I was back in the jungle where men are monkeys.
Captain, I'm so
Jamison.
sorry.
Jamison, no.
Oh, Captain.
No.
Oh, dear.
Good morning, Mrs. Rittenhouse.
Good morning.
Perfectly charming party. I wouldn't have missed it for the world. It's just full of surprises.
So glad you're enjoying yourself.
Oh, Hives, Hives.
Good morning. Some breakfast?
Breakfast, nothing. Did you get the painting?
No, I did not. I watched all night, but the professor did not sleep in his room.
No?
Strange, very strange.
Good heavens, Hives, but what'll we do?
I don't know until we see the professor. You keep an eye on him till I get back with the bottle.
Don't worry, he'll not get away from me this time. Did you get it?
Yes, madam.
Good. Now I'll go ahead and engage him in conversation. You trail behind, and when the proper time comes, see that he gets it.
Very good, madam.
Oh, hello. I've been looking all over for you. Where have you been? What is the matter with this? What have you got there? The morning papers? No, that isn't the one I want. Let me see one of the others. That still isn't the one I want. Out. Yes, out. The birds, come on up here and sit down. I want to talk. Don't you like me? You don't. Well, I like you. I like little boys like you. By the way, how old are you? 5 years old? Why, you're just a baby, aren't you? Oh. Oh, isn't that nice? I like that. No. Now, all joking aside, isn't there someone you do like? Isn't there someone you love? Now, think again. Isn't there someone you really and truly love? Is there? Tell me who. Why, that's a horse. You love a horse. That's fine. Come on, lift him up. Lift him up.
Come on, he's out.
Let us get off.
Arabella.
John, I've been trying to find you. Ravelli has lost the painting.
Well, I've been looking all over for you. I just found a painting out on the terrace.
Was it the Bogart?
No.
Oh, yours.
Shh.
Well, if it's not yours and it's not the Bogart, whose is it? Where did it come from?
Well, don't you see? Someone else came along and substituted it for mine, thinking they were getting away with the original Bogart.
Somebody swiped my scheme, eh? Say, then Chandler never saw your painting after all.
No.
For all I know, you may still be a great artist. Where is this picture?
It's up in my room.
Well, you go get it, and I'll get Captain Spaulding. He'll get to the bottom of this. And then John found the third painting.
Well, that's very interesting. Well, fairly interesting. But we've just got to keep a sharp lookout, that's all.
Oh, I've got to find it or Mother's out $100,000.
Now, don't worry. Let me work in this case for 24 hours, and then we'll call in somebody else. You think it's a mystery now? Well, you'll see it tomorrow. Remember the Charlie Ross disappearance? I worked in that case for 24 hours, and they never did find him. They couldn't find me for 5 years. That's me, Captain Yard of Scotland Spaulding. I always get my women, or paintings.
Arabella, can you imagine what's happened? You know that painting I found?
Yes.
Well, it's been stolen from my room.
John!
There you are. I haven't been on the case 5 minutes, and there's another painting gone. I bet it's not even 5 minutes. I bet it's not over 3. Now they've got my watch. This is going too far. It wasn't going, and now it's gone.
And the door to my room was locked, too.
Well, how could they get in? Who could it have been?
Wait a minute. I think I've got a clue. No, it's a hair. A red hair.
The professor? Oh, no, it couldn't be.
No, he's been picked out this month by the Crook of the Month Club. Anyhow, we'll investigate it.
You know Conductor Hennessy, don't you?
Inspector.
Inspector yourself. Now listen, you know that little red-headed fella, the professor?
Yes?
Well, get that gang of flagpole sitters of yours and see if you can find him.
Aye, aye, Captain. Come on, boys.
Soon get to the bottom of this. You'll see how quick these boys will untie. Hey, what's that fellow doing there? The policeman didn't take that long to find him.
That's right, this is it.
Yeah, this is it, but which one is it?
The one that was just taken from my room.
Oh, we've got that back. Maybe I got my watch back. Now the fob is gone. Well, I still got the pocket. Anything I retain now is velvet. Except the coat, that's Prince Albert. Well, all the jokes can't be good. You've got to expect that once in a while.
Say, if we could find the fellow that painted this picture, well, we'd have a pretty good clue.
What'd you say?
I said if we could find the fellow that painted this picture, we'd have a pretty good clue.
You just said that. What a dull conversationalist you turned out to be. Let me see that a minute, will you? Say, this is signed Bogart. There's the criminal, Bogart.
No, Bogart is dead.
Bogart is dead? Then it's murder. Now we've got something.
What do you got, Cap?
I got Jackson Aces. What do you got?
That's good. I was bluffing.
Look at this, Ravelli. Isn't there something strikes you very funny about this picture? Oh, come. It isn't as funny as all that. Did you ever see a tree like that?
Tree, that's a spinach.
That can't be spinach. Where's the egg?
Well, it could be spinach. Look, all the sand laying around there.
You mean it's an old spinach custom? No, it's not that, Ravelli. Anything but that.
No, Cap, that's all right. It's my mistake. You know what that is? That's coleslaw.
Coleslaw?
Yeah, it's a coleslaw.
Did you ever see a coleslaw like that?
Sure. Look at this one.
Now, I don't want none of your lip now. Did you ever see anything like that? Did you ever see anything like that? You know what this is? This is a left-handed painting.
Well, look, there's the signature.
That's right. It's in the right-hand corner.
That's right. This is either a left-handed painting or a vegetable dinner. Now, if we can find the left-handed person that painted this, we'll have the trial of Mary Dugan with sound.
Well, I saw that. Goodbye.
Now, you wait here. I'm going to need you. Now, look. We mustn't lose this. This is evidence. Now, take it to your room and leave the door open this time. We'll try that. And not a word about this to anybody, not even to me. Ravelli, we have got to find the left-handed painting.
Yeah, it's a left-handed.
Now, in a case like this, the first thing to do is to find the motive.
You gotta get a
Now, what could have been the motive of the guys that swiped the Bogart?
I got it. Robbery.
Would you mind going out and crossing the boulevard when the lights are against you?
See, Cap, sit down. You understand, I got an idea how to find this painting. In a case like this, that's so mysterious, you gotta get at the clues. You gotta use the Sherlock Holmes method. Now you go about them like this. You say to yourself, what happened? And the answer come back, something was stolen. Then you say to yourself, what was stolen? And the answer come back, a painting.
What are you, a ventriloquist?
Now you say to yourself, where was this painting stolen? And the answer come back, in this house. Now, so far I'm all right, eh?
Well, it's pretty hard to be wrong if you keep answering yourself all the time.
Now you go a little further and you say to yourself, who stole the painting? This is a very, very important question, Captain. You get to the answer, you got to the solution to the whole thing.
Especially if you find the picture.
Now you take all of the clues. You put them together. What do you got, eh?
A bread pudding.
No, here's what we got. Something was stolen. Stolen where? Into this house. Stolen by who? Somebody in the house. Now, to find the painting, all you got to do is go to everybody in the house and ask them if they took it.
You know I could rent you out as a decoy for duck hunters? You say you're going to go to everybody in the house and ask them if they took the painting. Suppose nobody in the house took the painting.
Go to the house next door.
That's great. Suppose there isn't any house next door.
Well, then, of course, we gotta build one.
Well, now you're talking. What kind of a house do you think we ought to put up, huh?
Yeah, well, I tell you, Cap, you see, my idea of a house is something nice and small and comfortable.
That's the way I feel about it. I don't want anything elaborate, just a little place that I can call home and tell the wife I won't be there for dinner.
I see. You just want a telephone booth.
No, in that case, I'll get in touch with Chick Sales.
Now, what do you say, Cap, we build right about here?
Here?
Yeah, right about here.
Oh, I'd like something over here if I could get it. I don't like Junior crossing the tracks on his way to the reform school. I don't like Junior at all, as a matter of fact.
All right. We got something over there, and believe me, that's a convenient. Oh, that's a very convenient. Well, look, all you gotta do is open the door, step outside, and there you are.
There you are?
Yeah.
There you are where?
Outside.
Well, suppose you want to get back in again.
You had no right to go out.
Well, don't do anything until I hear from you, will you? Say, maybe that's the painting down in the cellar.
That's no cellar. That's the roof.
That's the roof down there?
Yeah, you see, we keep the roof in the basement, so when the rain comes, the chimney don't get wet.
Well, I'm going out and get x-rayed. I'll be back in a little while. I may be wonderful, but I think you're wrong, Ravelli.
Hey, wait, don't get him excited. Come here. Now, look, here's the rooms.
Those are the rooms?
Yeah, right there's the rooms. This is your room, this is my room, and this is the maid's room.
Oh, I'd have to go through your room?
Ah, that's all right. I won't be in it.
Say, Ravelli, you couldn't put the maid in your room, eh?
What makes you think I couldn't?
Well, there's going to be a lot of traffic in there, I can see that.
Well, what do you say? You ready to sign the lease?
Well, it's a little premature. I'd like to discuss it with my husband. Could you come back this evening when he's home?
Hey, you married?
Well, I've got a girl as big as you are.
All right, get me one.
Don't get vulgar, Ravelli. Ravelli, how about the painting?
Oh, we take care of that, all right. Now, I tell you what my idea is. I think the kitchen should be white, outside the green, inside a cerise with a maroon.
The painting, I say. How about the painting, Ravelli?
All right, what do you think I talk? That's a painting, the kitchen white, outside the green, inside a cerise.
The painting that was stolen.
Stolen?
Don't you remember Mrs. Rittenhouse lost a valuable Bogart oil painting worth $100,000? Don't you remember that?
No, I'm a stranger around here. I don't remember that.
Well, what do you think I am, one of the early settlers? Ravelli, don't you remember Mrs. Bogart lost a valuable Rittenhouse oil painting worth $100,000? Don't you remember that?
No, but I've seen you someplace before.
Well, where I was, but I'll stay out of there in the future.
Hey, Cap, it come to me like a flash. This painting wasn't stolen. Ha! You know what happened? This painting, Cap, is a disappear. And yes, it disappeared. And you know what make it disappear? You'll never guess, Cap. What do you think of making this painting disappear, huh? Moths. Moths eat it. Left-handed moths.
Go away. Go away. I'll be all right in a minute. Left-handed moths ate the painting, eh?
Yeah, that's my own solution.
I wish you were in it. Left-handed moths ate the painting. You know, I'd buy you a parachute if I thought it wouldn't open.
Hey, I got parachutes. It's crazy.
Come on, let's get down and get the reward. We solved it. You solved it. The credit is all yours.
Yeah.
The painting was eaten by a left-handed moth.
Hey, you know, we did a good day's work.
How do you feel, tired?
Well, it's
Maybe
not
you ought to lie down for a couple of years, eh?
Yeah, it's not
Why don't you just lie down until rigor mortis sets in?
It's
now,
not
look, Ravelli, I'll show you how we get the painting. Yeah. We'll go to court, and we'll get out a writ of habeas corpus.
You're going to get rid of what?
Oh, I should never have started that way. I can see that. I say we'll go to court, and we'll get out a writ of habeas corpus.
Yeah, it's a corpus. It's a corpus.
Didn't you ever see a habeas corpus?
No, but I see habeas Irish rose. Hey, you're crazy.
Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Mr. Chandler, why don't you go down to the beach with the others? I'm sure you'd feel better.
If I had my Bogart, I'm sure I would feel better.
Oh, but we're doing everything we can.
Mrs. Rittenhouse, I have it.
The Bogart!
Wonderful, my Bogart. Wait, this is not my Bogart. This is a frank imitation. Where did you find it?
Why, in Mr.
In Mr. Parker's room, madam.
Parker. One thing is certain. The man who made that stole the Bogart.
Hives, find Mr. Parker and ask him to come here.
Certainly, madam.
Wait a minute. My men will bring him in. Go out and get Mr. Parker.
Now, listen, what's the matter with this?
Well, look at here. You've only to look at it once to see what it is. It is a nothing. It is
mysterious has occurred. And I'm afraid you're the only one who can explain.
I'd be only too glad to if I can.
Nothing mysterious about it. We found this in your room. Now, what have you done with the original Bogart? Come clean. Come on, out with it.
Really, I think it would be wise.
Well, I
if
have
you-
nothing to say, except that I don't know where the Bogart is.
Well, how is it we found this in your room? Come on. You'd better come with me.
You can't take him.
Sing one song for my old Kentucky home, for my old Kentucky home, far away, oh, far away.
This program is coming to you from the House of David. He's either got that suit on upside down, or there is no law of gravity. Einstein or no
My
one.
tie!
Oh, Captain, what shall I do? They're going to arrest John.
Who's going to arrest John?
I am, Captain.
Oh, you are, eh? Well, let me tell you something. The first thing they teach you at Scotland Yard is never to arrest an innocent man.
But he's not innocent. I'll have to arrest him just the same.
By all means, or nobody will be safe here.
You can't arrest him. I stole it.
Arabella.
Don't listen to her, officer. I did it.
They're both lying. I did it. I did it with my little hatchet.
He's a crazy. I confess I did it.
Maybe nobody stole the painting. Maybe there was no painting.
That's right. Maybe there was no painting. I saw it.
Cut out all the talk. Who stole the painting?
I did.
Good gracious, what in the...
What, you? You took the picture? Where is it? Ah, that's a horse.
The Bogart! That is my Bogart!
No, no, that isn't your Bogart.
Don't be ridiculous. I paid $100,000 for this painting. I know what I bought.
Well, look at the signature.
John Parker. Somebody changed it. That is my Bogart. That is the Bogart, I tell you. There it is. Ah, but that one, that has the color, the depth, the soul of the Bogart. Only a master could have produced a painting like that.
Oh, John!
You mean to tell me that you painted that?
Yes, sir.
Why, young man, you're a genius. You're a genius. I commission you to paint a portrait of me immediately.
Well, you'd better wait until tomorrow. I'm going to be busy all day.
Yes?
You better come with me, young fellow.
Don't take him away, officer. He returned the paintings. Pardon me, my name is Spaulding. I've always wanted to meet you.
All right. I let him go this time. But I want to give you some advice. You're running around with the wrong kind of people. Do you want to be a crook? Now, why don't you go home?
He's got no home.
Go home for a few nights and stay home. Don't you know your poor old mother sits there? Sits there night after night, waiting to hear your steps on the stairs.
And got no stairs.
And I can see a little light burning in the window.
No, you can't. The gas company turned it off.
Now, what I'm telling you is for your own good. And if you listen to me, you can't go wrong.
This may go on for years.
Now, there's just one thing.
I can't understand what's delaying that coffee pot. Where's the cream?
Well, you certainly surprised me.
Me too. I thought he had more than that.
There's no use giving you any advice. Captain, this time I'm afraid I'll have to take him. Come on, dear. Come on. Come on.
Oh, what are you doing?
No,
Oh,
don't
Captain,
be frightened.
oh,
have everybody.
Oh, my dear. Oh.
Hey, what's the idea?
Jamison, take a letter to my lawyer. No. Oh, no, not to anybody. Oh, to think that I've got to go so young.
Good. Come on now. Let's get out of here before they all wake up. Hurry up. Come on.